I am Dr. Andrew Doan. Have you wondered how ChatGPT generate answers? Can ChatGPT help identify medical diagnoses? Will it ever eventually replace doctors? In this video, I will answer these questions, and I will also provide you with 7 ways that ChatGPT could potentially be involved with clinical medicine and perhaps enhance our lives. ChatGPT stands for the Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer. It is a type of artificial intelligence model that uses a deep learning architecture called a transformer to generate human-like text based on the input it receives. ChatGPT is pre-trained on a massive data set containing a large amount of text from the internet. During pre-training, the model learns to understand the structure of language, including grammar, syntax, and semantics. It also gains knowledge about various topics, facts, and cultural context from the text it has been exposed to.
This is a computer system that might be smarter than a human.
After pre-training, ChatGPT is fine-tuned on specific tasks on domains to make it more useful for particular applications. When given an input prompt or context, ChatGPT uses its pre-trained and fine-tuned knowledge to generate coherent and contextually relevant text as a response. ChatGPT can employ various decoding strategies, such as beam search or top K sampling, to determine the next word in a sequence, producing diverse and contextually appropriate responses. The model may score different possible responses and select the one with the highest score based on factors like relevance and coherence. With continual learning, ChatGPT can also be updated periodically to stay current with new information and developments. These characteristics of ChatGPT makes it able to pre-train on a huge data set of medical information and then enables the program, the artificial intelligence, to generate huge lists of differential diagnoses, making correlations, comparisons, and also it can be very useful for medications and perhaps triage. So we're going to discuss some of that.
That's impossible, even for a computer.
I am going to discuss an interesting case where ChatGPT was able to make a diagnosis of a young boy suffering from a rare illness that was missed by 17 doctors over a span of 3 years. A young boy had pain, teeth grinding, and leg dragging. Because of the pain, he was not able to play with his friends. Over the course of 3 years, he was evaluated by 17 doctors who all missed his diagnosis. His mom used ChatGPT by entering her son's symptoms and MRI results. ChatGPT suggested the diagnosis of tethered cord syndrome, also known as spina bifida occulta. The diagnosis was confirmed by a neurosurgeon, and the boy had surgery to correct his problem. With tethered cord syndrome, according to Dr. Holly Gilmer, a pediatric neurosurgeon at the Michigan Head and Spine Institute, quote, "The spinal cord is stuck to something. It could be a tumor in the spinal canal. It could be a bump on a spike of bones. It could just be too much fat at the end of the spinal cord." In this case, ChatGPT was able to link the symptoms and MRI scan results to a diagnosis. With learning algorithms and huge database of medical information, ChatGPT is very capable of generating lists of differential diagnoses based on the symptoms entered by the patient. In addition to assisting with creating lists of diagnoses, here are 7 ways ChatGPT can potentially be used in medicine.
Potentially, yes.
I want to emphasize the word potentially. There still needs to be research and validation before ChatGPT can be a mainstream accepted tool in clinical medicine for both patients and providers. Potential use number 1, patient education. ChatGPT can serve as an interactive platform for patients to ask questions about their health conditions, treatment options, and medications. It can provide clear and concise explanations, helping patients better understand their health and treatment plans. Before this becomes widely used, ChatGPT patient education tools will have to be validated and vetted for accuracy by medical professionals. Potential use number 2, clinical triage. ChatGPT can be integrated into an online triage system, allowing patients to input their symptoms and receive preliminary assessments. Similar to the case discussed earlier, a ChatGPT triage system can help patients make informed decisions about seeking medical care and reduce unnecessary visits to healthcare facilities, as well as seek care if there is a serious medical condition.
I want proof, not leads.
Let's test this out. So I have ChatGPT 3.5, which here is the website, and it's completely free. So you can also try this too. There is an app version, or you can go to the internet and use it right on their website. I typed in, what are the diseases associated with eye pain, red eyes, photosensitivity, and back pain? Now keep in mind, when I see these constellation of symptoms, I'm thinking of a rheumatoid or an autoimmune disease that's affecting the entire body and the eye. So therefore, it's gonna be iritis, where there's inflammation in the eye, which causes photosensitivity or light sensitivity. It causes red eye. So the patients usually come in with a red eye. When we look in there, we see inflammation, but the joint pain and the back pain kind of makes doctors think there could be a rheumatological or a systemic autoimmune disease. So let's see how ChatGPT handles this. So it gives the differential. It gives pink eye, conjunctivitis, which is either being infectious, allergic, or viral. There's a corneal abrasion. So someone could scratch their eye, which also causes these things, minus the back pain. Iritis and uveitis, that's the inflammation of the eye. It could be migraine headaches. It could also be glaucoma. Glaucoma that's associated with a red eye and eye pain is typically associated with an acute angle closure glaucoma, and I can cover that in a future video. It could be dry eye syndrome as well, but typically dry eye is not associated with back pain. Number 7, eye strain. Unlikely, because this patient has eye pain, red eye, as well as light sensitivity. So typically light sensitivity is associated with intraocular or inflammation in the eye. The last one is musculoskeletal issues. So that could just be an random or idiopathic, or maybe injury to the back or joints. So ChatGPT does a good job with a list of medical possibilities. And as it gets better, maybe it can narrow down to specific diagnoses. But in this case, if the patient had a serious rheumatological disorder, they should be evaluated by an ophthalmologist so that treatment can be initiated, and sometimes even oral treatments or oral medications are required to control and reduce the problems associated with these rheumatological disorders. Potential use number 3, medicine management. ChatGPT can help patients understand their medication regimens, including dosages, timing, and potential side effects. It can also provide medication interaction warnings, ensuring patient safety. With its access to a huge database of pharmaceutical data and information, ChatGPT can be better than most medical providers in recognizing drug interactions. This last one, I want to emphasize that this could be a huge tool for clinical medicine, because a lot of my patients come in and they literally have over a dozen medications, and it's so hard and time consuming to look at all the possible interactions that these drugs could potentially have. Whereas if the patient can go through their medications and run it through a program that's artificial intelligence or like ChatGPT, the patients can flesh this out and then report the problems and symptoms that they're having to their doctor to help their doctor be more aware that they're having a drug interaction potentially.
We are simply mimicking what the computer already told us.
Likewise, ChatGPT could also be integrated with electronic medical record systems and give up-to-date, very intensive drug interaction information to providers when they prescribe medications. Potential use number 4, access to updated medical information. Medical professionals can use ChatGPT to quickly access the latest medical literature, guidelines, and research. It can help keep healthcare providers be up to date on the latest treatments and best practices. Potential use number 5, mental health support. ChatGPT can assist in providing mental health support by offering coping strategies, mindfulness exercises, and general mental health information. It can also help identify individuals who may be in crisis and guide them to appropriate resources. Potential use number 6, language translation. For patients with limited English proficiency, ChatGPT can serve as a language translation tool, helping bridge the communication gap between patients and healthcare providers. Potential use number 7, healthcare chatbots. Healthcare organizations can integrate ChatGPT into chatbot systems for 24/7 patient support. This can enhance the patient experience by providing instant responses to inquiries and reducing the burden on human staff. It's important to note that while ChatGPT holds promise in clinical medicine, it should be used as a supportive tool and not a replacement for trained healthcare professionals. Additional research is necessary to determine the effectiveness of ChatGPT in clinical settings, such as recognizing dangerous drug interactions, assisting in mental health patients, and accuracy of generating differential diagnoses. I am interested in reading your comments and thoughts about using AI and ChatGPT in clinical medicine and science. So please post your comments below. Also, I have to disclose that I use ChatGPT in making my video with the generation of the transcript as well as gathering information. But as a medical professional, I vetted the information and made sure it was valid. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. And until next time, I wish you health and joy.